Wait for it.
If I'm getting what you're saying, we entered the plane in reverse order.
Yeah.
Number 18 man was first to go in. I'm the last guy to get in.
Okay.
I'm number one. I'm in the door all the time.
Yeah.
So we had 900 and some planes and 11 airdromes in England. Ours was at Maryfield in England. And we got the parapacks adjusted, everything packed, and loaded them under the aircraft so we could get quick release on them. If you tried to have them in the door, well, you'd never get them out. You'd be in English Channel before you know it. So 6 parapacks, each weighing 300 pounds. That's 1,800 pounds. We got all those loaded, dropped them, loaded them again to see that everything works right. Everything is going fine. Lieutenant Jansen didn't have much to say. He gave me a lot of extra duties to do. And we had a pilot, co-pilot, and a crew chief. Jansen, Lieutenant Jansen, the officer in charge, the jump master, and then 18 jumpers. My squad and some of the other squads, another squad and a half or so, or less. Takeoff was 10:41 English double summertime. And we were on the point of an arrow. The main runway is in that direction, and then the arrowhead, the planes would come in one at a time and alternate coming into the main runway and then take off. I swear I saw General Eisenhower on the field down the runway, and as we passed he was waving, and he stepped aside from 5 or 6 of his cohorts there, you know, who wanted to be alone while the wave was on. Because he's thinking, and he was told 80% of us are going to get slaughtered, etc., etc. So, I think it was him, I'm not sure, because it was such a quick thing. So we're off in 35 seconds or so, you know. We assembled at 5,000 feet, flew south and east, I think it was, south and east, assembled at 5,000, flew over Portsmouth, England, called Portsmouthville, and then to the English Channel. In the English Channel there was a submarine that flashed us a light. Now the group we were in were called sections, and there was 45 C-47s in each section, in the shape of a V of V's. So within that big V there were groups of 3 aircraft, another V. So I was in the right aircraft in section 13. Yeah, 13. Now they dropped the Pathfinders in a half hour earlier, and they had an instrument. You know the instruments they had?
Yeah.
They had Rebecca and Eureka. And the drop zones were A, B, C, D behind Utah Beach. Can you visualize that area, friends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Areas were flooded because one of the objectives was to capture La Barquette locks that was closed, and the flood tide now had the Germans used that as an anti-airborne obstacle. On some of the drop zones were trees that had been trimmed and put into the ground, and then wire was strung from the tops of all of these trees. And then teller mines were put on some of the trees. You couldn't see the wire.
Mm-hmm.
You could see the holes and maybe the trees, but didn't know the wires were there. That was an anti-glider kind of thing. So the only thing they told us was to keep your legs crossed when you come down, you know. So taking off to 5,000 feet over the English Channel, we got one signal from a submarine. We got to Jersey and Guernsey Islands to the north of it, and it was occupied by the Germans, but not heavily. There was another signal given us there. And then on for 2 or 3 minutes, and we turned left at another signal. We came across the Continent Peninsula at Barnesville. So I'm looking out the door, and I can see it was low tide, and I could see the pattern of the rivers and whatnot. And it's high land there. And you're familiar with this. Above the door, there were 3 lights. A red, a white, and a green. In flight, the white light. When it's jump time, or just 5 minutes before jump time, it's red light. Jump time, it's green light. But there's only 1 light on at any one time. If all 3 of those lights were on, you guys would go bonkers. They wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So 1 light at a time. So we hit Barnesville, red light goes on, white light is out. That means we got 5 minutes. So stand up, you know all the symbols and how you get up and hook up and all that stuff. We don't need to go through that. So everything is okay, stand in the door. The area where it was highland, fog, ran into fog. And these aircraft were just almost 100 feet apart, I guess. Now the lead aircraft in that point of that section 13 has a blue light on the dome of the pilot's cabin. That light goes on, then all of the pilots and all of the other aircraft who were probably staggered up a little bit higher would see that, and their green light would go on. And all the other lights are out. The red light goes out. Then that's jump time. So B was flooded. We're supposed to jump on B. We had 6 parapacks underneath. The pathfinders are down. Some of them are captured and killed. Some of them got in the wrong drop zone. So that was kind of a mess there. Now we're 10 kilometers, the 6 kilometers inside Utah Beach there. Not Omaha, Utah. And B was underwater. I had a bundle right in front of me in the door. I was looking out there and I could see just a corridor, just a rectangular corridor just full of red, blue, and green tracers. Pilots panicked. The jump altitude was 750. So we were yawing and pitching and the guys were getting thrown around in there. In fact, the whole section broke up and my company commander ended up 20 miles north of us. Almost in the middle of the 6th Parachute Infantry Regiment who was having a party that night. And 3 of their platoons, companies. Company executive officer, Major Gage, who was related to British General Gage, was captured, had his hand shot off. I figured he always told me that he never contributed anything to the war effort because he got shot off here. If he's alive now, he's probably 104. But he was a soldier's man. He was a great man. Well, I said, you probably Dick Winters.